Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're embarking on what I like to call a highly scientific countdown. We're going to look at a curated list of games that are absolutely 100% guaranteed to completely and utterly destroy years of carefully cultivated gamer dignity. So, if you have any pride left in your digital library whatsoever, consider this your official final warning.
It's kind of profound when you stop and think about it. I mean, as a species, humanity has created some genuinely brilliant, sprawling digital worlds. We've built multiplayer shooters that require split-second teamwork, epic role-playing games that rival the greatest literature, and competitive esports that literally fill real-world stadiums. And yet, alongside those towering achievements, we also created these. The games we're about to explore are the digital black holes of shame lurking at the absolute bottom of our hard drives. Make of that what you will.
Okay, let's dive into this with Level 1, Physics and Bread.
Coming in hot at the number 10 spot, we have a completely reality-breaking sandbox brought to us by Coffee Stain Studios, available on Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and PC. Take Goat Simulator. The mechanics are basically just a physics sandbox, right? Your primary goals are causing massive property damage and headbutting innocent bystanders into the stratosphere. Harmless enough. But the reality of why you keep it a secret? Try explaining to a rational human being that you just spent a 4-hour quest trying to unlock a giraffe-shaped goat just so you could go fight a giant whale. You don't sound like a gamer. You sound like you're recounting a literal fever dream. Moving down to number 9, we have a title from Bossa Studios for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And this definition perfectly captures the beautifully, terrifyingly simple premise of the game. You are a slice of bread. Your objective is to become toast. That's it. That is the entire plot. There is zero subtext here.
But man, the struggle is real. In I Am Bread, every single surface in the house is your enemy. Basic movement turns into this frantic, Olympic-level struggle. And the reason this stays a secret? Normal people spend their evenings, learning career skills, reading books, or socializing. You spent your entire Tuesday night mastering the dark art of uncontaminated countertop bread traversal, which is a highly specific skill that you can absolutely never brag about or put on a resume.
Let's move to level 2 and see how this builds. We are entering the world of bizarre animal romances. At number 8 is Mediatonic's Had a Full Boyfriend on PlayStation and PC. It's a visual novel dating simulator where nearly every romantic interest is an actual literal pigeon, not a metaphorical pigeon. A bird. And honestly, the worst part, it actually contains some surprisingly deep storytelling. But when a friend looks at your profile and sees 37 hours played, you are going to be forced to explain exactly which pigeon was your favorite. I assure you, there is no victorious way to navigate that conversation.
Number 7 brings us Mr. Mosquito, a bizarre title from Zoom Inc. for the Switch and PC. You play as a mosquito, turning household chores into stealth action gameplay as you try to drink human blood without getting swatted. The secrecy here is purely about self-preservation. Telling your friends, hey, I've been role-playing as a mosquito terrorizing a family, will immediately invite follow-up questions that you simply do not want to answer.
Moving right along to level 3, disturbing simulations. At number 6 is Future Lab's massive hit game, Power Wash Simulator. The gameplay is an astonishingly simple, weirdly satisfying loop of cleaning dirt off buildings and vehicles. So why the shame? Well, because there is a tragic realization your friends have when you tell them you've logged 120 hours pressure washing virtual sidewalks. At first, they'll assume you're joking. Then, the horrific realization sets in that you are completely serious, and somehow, that is so much worse. Hitting the halfway point at number 5, we've got Vivarium's Dreamcast classic, Seaman. This is a life simulation where you raise a bizarre fish-human creature using a microphone. It talks back to you, it asks unsettling questions, but trying to explain to someone that you formed a genuine emotional attachment to a sarcastic fish with a human face, yeah, that doesn't sound like a gaming hobby. That sounds like the opening chapter of a psychological evaluation. At number 4 is USAACO's mobile game, My Horse Prince. You are dating a handsome human face attached to a horse's body, and the game just expects you to accept this immediately. So the crucial point is this. Every single explanation you try to offer for this game somehow makes it worse. Every single one. The more context you try to provide to your friends, the more deeply concerned they become for your well-being. All right, brace yourselves for level 4, pure chaos.
Do you still shower with your dad?
Yeah, that is the actual title of our number 3 game.
Number 3 is Marvin Yeek's chaotic PC comedy game, Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015. It's a deliberately absurd arcade game where you have to frantically reunite 8-bit children with their correct fathers in a public shower. Look, you could spend 20 minutes passionately explaining that it's actually a harmless, fast-paced comedy game, but nobody will hear a single word you say after you say the title out loud. The trial is completely over before your defense even begins.
The screenshots alone look like evidence recovered from an abandoned hard drive. I want you to keep that perfectly accurate quote in mind as we set up the sheer absurdity of our number 2 spot. Coming in at number 2 is Bandai Namco's Wii game Muscle March. It features a group of heavily muscled bodybuilders chasing a thief through walls by striking matching poses to crash through the holes. Listen to me, be warned. There is simply no way to mentally prepare your friends for the visual assault of this game. No amount of context can adequately brace another human being for what they are about to witness on your television screen. Before we reach the top spot, we have an honorable mention bonus stage, and it's Max's legendary game, The Sims. Why on earth is this a secret shame? Because every single Sims player eventually engages in highly psychopathic behaviors. Come on, we've all done it. You remove the ladder from the swimming pool, you lock digital people in tiny rooms for quote-unquote research, or you spend 6 straight hours decorating a virtual bathroom instead of actually playing the game. It literally proves daily that human civilization is just a very thin veneer. And now we reach the final boss, ultimate shame. The number 1 spot. The undisputed heavyweight champion of digital shame.
It is Team Ninja's Xbox Classic Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Technically, yes, it's a sports and vacation simulator that contains volleyball, but let's be totally honest about why it's a secret. Your friends will never, ever believe you bought it for the sports mechanics. It doesn't matter if you create a 40-slide presentation featuring charts, peer-reviewed citations, and deep-dive physics breakdowns of the volleyball mechanics, nobody's buying it. Some battles simply cannot be won, and defending this game is absolutely one of them.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer. But I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder as you look at your own screens tonight. Game over. What's hiding in your digital library right now? What's that one specific title you just pray your friends never ever see on your recently played list? Thanks for joining me on this highly scientific journey into our collective gaming shame. Until next time, keep your profile set to private.